Hey guys, random wrenching here. Well, we got this weed eater lawnmower out of the free pile on the side of the road. I wasn't sure what it was. It was green and I was riding by on the bike too fast to actually stop and have a look, but I managed to get a phone call into the wife and she went over with a pickup and brought it home. So I was hoping it was like a Lawn Boy or a John Deere or something, but no, it's a weed eater. It's a basic mower, mulching or side discharge, rear bagger. I don't have the bag with it, but what we see is what we get. So it's just now I got some time to have a look at it. So first thing I did was I checked for fuel. It's full, right full. The cable that runs to the handle to start and stop the mower, the cable itself is broken. So somebody has zip tied the lever back on the side of the mower here. The part that pulls backwards when you pull the handle has been zip tied to the back, so it should have spark, and the brake is released off the crankshaft. So next step for me was to check for spark. So I popped in that known good spark plug. That one right there. Focus. There we are. So I'm going to give it a pull and we're going to see if we see some spark action happening. I'm not seeing any spark. So we're going to pull the cover off top of the motor and we're going to have a look inside. Could be something simple, could be a shorted wire, could be a disconnected wire, could be a bad coil, no idea until we get into it. So I'm going to get it set up on a stand so I can work on it a little easier instead of kneeling on the floor here, and we'll get you back and set up where we can see what's going on. Okay, so we got the mower set up on my workmate here. It just makes it a little easier for me to get to the things I need to get to. So we're going to pull the top cover off. Just be a few screws here. These little mowers are an affordable alternative to anything else. They're not nothing fancy about them. Pull the cap off. I did check for gas earlier. It is full, right full to the very, very top. Doesn't smell old and skunky, so we might be okay in that regards. We need to get that off. Looks like some 10mm nuts to get the top of that off. Get the recoil starter out of the way. Of course, that doesn't want to behave. It's a stud that goes down right through the bottom, right through everything. There we go. Our recoil starter out of the way. Now, engine cover. There we go. What are we seeing in here? The magnets here pass by the coil unless it gives us our spark impulse. There's quite a gap there between the flywheel and the coil. Doesn't look too awful bad in here. So this there's a wire on the side of the coil here. There's a single wire. We should be able to disconnect it, and the way it works is when you release the handle, the lever comes back. This is a ground, and it grounds the coil and kills the spark. That's what shuts your lawnmower off. If we disconnect this wire, there is nothing to tell the lawnmower to shut off, so it should just run. In our case, it's just going to spark because the plug is just kind of hanging here. But it's not going to be easy to get this thing to fire over unless I put the recoil starter back on. Well, let's get that pop back on there. I know the wire's disconnected. We'll be able to check for spark. Should just be a couple of screws here. It's a little more difficult when everything is passed through all the covers. There's that, 3 nuts. Just got to secure it long enough to get the recoil starter working. Fuel cap's in the way. Take the fuel cap off, that cover goes back over. Cap goes back on, don't want any spillage. And might as well just pop these 3 back in so it's not flopping around on us. For what it takes. Alright, let's see what we get. See if we can get any spark out of that. If we don't, I'm going to assume the coil's bad. And this type of mower, it's just not worth putting any money into. It was in the free pile. Worst comes to worst, I got to scrap it. I'll take it down the street and just get rid of it there at the scrapyard. So let's see if we can get a spark though. Ah, we got a spark. Now we have a spark. So, with the cable broken and this unit pulled back with a zip tie, it could just be that it's not pulled back far enough. And that is what's preventing that coil from sparking. Put these back apart. What I'm going to do is just get down a little bit deeper in there and see what I can see with that. The lever is supposed to be connected to the handle on the mower. If everything goes to plan, I can pick up a new cable that goes to the handle. I can pick that up for about 20 bucks. We'll see if I can get the thing running and working. And I'll just maybe pop it on the front lawn and see if there's any interest in somebody purchasing it. I think that may be it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the zip tie. It definitely was. Hang on one sec here. I'll get you out of the stand and I'll show you what I'm seeing. Okay. So like I was saying, when you pull the handle down on the top of the mower, this cable, which is broken, pulls on this lever, pulls it backwards. That does 2 things. It releases this little brake shoe off the flywheel. That's designed to bring the engine to a stop actually there is a spec for it, within so many seconds it has to stop. That's for safety reasons. But the other thing it does is down in, trying to get a picture of it there. Let's grab a pointer. It's hard to get in there without shadows. Okay, where are we? There we are. So this piece right here touches this little tab. You can see it's slightly discolored. That's the ground. So when you release the handle, this part touches the tab, which supplies the ground, which grounds your coil and kills the spark. So, from what I'm seeing, it looks like all it is. That little lever just wasn't pulling far enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this back together, put it back down on the ground, we'll give the handle a pull and see what happens. Now in order to stop this, I'm going to have to take a pair of side cutters and snip this zip tie off, and that way the lever will go down, the brake will come on, and it'll kill the mower. Because I don't feel like pulling the boot off the spark plug while it's running. It gives a shocking performance. Okay, stand by. We'll get you set up again. We'll reset the camera, reset the mower, and we'll get it on the ground, see if she fires up and blows some smoke. Okay, we're back assembled. It's back down on the ground. Off camera, before I put it back down on the ground, what I did was I pulled that spark plug out of there. Just have a look at it. It's dry. It's not soaked. It's relatively new. It's not brand new, but it should be good enough for what we need. Just going to check the oil real quick. Make sure we have some in it. And that's pretty dirty. Pretty dirty. Yeah, we got plenty in there. So before this thing goes up for sale, I'm going to give it a nice little wash. Make sure the blade is taken off. I'll sharpen it, balance it, change the oil. That way, whoever picks it up is going to get a decent mower. It's going to last them a bit for the price that I'm going to get for this thing. It's going to be good enough for what it is. A couple of primes. Let's see what happens. Picked up some dust off the floor, but it's running. Sounds pretty good, actually. Okay, shut it out. Okay, so that zip tie, the one I just cut there, is just the same as letting go of the handle. If you were just to let go of the handle, that brake shoe would come in, it would kill the spark, and that's exactly what it was. So the root of the problem on this mower out of the free pile was your zip tie wasn't tight enough. That's your problem. You gotta make sure your zip ties are tight. From now, what I'm gonna do is I'll pick up a new cable for this. I'll go over it a little bit more in depth. Make sure all the wheels are, straightened out so that it doesn't have a racing camber on the front end. And I'll pop a new cable on there, $20 part, and change oil, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to get a little bit of work done off camera, namely the blade, a little bit of polishing, and I'll pick this up again, and we'll get the final result just before the for sale sign goes on it. Alright guys, thanks. Alright, so after like 6 weeks, I finally got the cable I ordered for this thing. It's been sitting out behind the shed waiting for this one part for all this time, but now I can finally shoot a little bit more video, put the cable on there, and call this one done. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hook it up in through here. There's of course you're going to do it left-handed. I'm going to switch you guys over. I am not left-handed. Pop the cable down in through the hole, eventually. Get in there. Okay, and then this part will slide right through the bracket. We'll snap the holder in there. One-handed is not easy. Get in your home. There we go. Cable's in there. Let me get you on a stand. I need 2 hands for this one. So what we're going to do up here is check the length. Yep, that's good. Pop it in the hole here. Snap it over here. That should do it. Zoom in here and have a look, see how that's operating. So now the cable's going to actuate that. That should do it. Let's see if this beast will fire up for us. Should be lots of gas in there. Perfect. This one's done. Chalk another one up. It's been sitting outside a while, so now it's dirty again. I'm going to give it a wash, stick a for sale sign on it, and roll the dice and see what I get. Thanks for joining me on this quick and easy one. I've got other projects. This is actually, I'm actually shooting video on this one right now. You'll see that one upcoming. Thanks for joining me. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want to see or any other details. Until the next one, guys, take care. We'll catch you later.